Well, I do see wonderful people joining in from different part of the world. Some of the names look familiar to me, so I would like to take this opportunity once again to welcome all of you to this wonderful short webinar that we have, which is officially the launch of our Certified Human Resource Professional certification program. While I am also aware of the fact that we still have participants joining in, but just a quick response from all of you. How many of you are actually from HR background or aspiring to be an HR resource in coming future? Please raise your hands virtually. So far, I can only see we have got only a couple of hands raised now. I will still wait for your responses. Just raise your hand. How many of you are either already a part of a human resource department or aspiring to be one in coming future? All right, I think we have got about, I'm sure you can see the screen. There are about 7 to 8 participants who are either in HR domain or aspiring to be in the HR domain. Wonderful. You can keep your hands down. This is just for my understanding because this program is specifically about human resource certification. And I'm also going to give you a quick run through exactly the major highlight of this program and how this can actually value add in your professional portfolio. We will have a dedicated question and answer session by the end of our interactive session from today. Now, very quickly from now, I also want you to just quickly type in the chat box your total number of experience, working experience, irrespective of your background. Just type in if you have a total working experience of about 10 years, please write down in the chat box 10. If you have more than 10, let's say about 15 to 20, please type in your responses. Okay, wonderful. We see we have people, somebody typed in 30 years. Wonderful. And I'll tell you why I'm asking you this question and how we make use of the enriched experiences, especially during our all certification program, especially the live interactive session, to make it a collaborated learning experience, and how individually all of you can benefit from that variety of experiences. Very good. So let me take a quick look. I think on and all, we have people who are relatively freshers. So this is wonderful. We have people who have plus 20 years of experiences. We have Mr. Muhammad, who is plus 30 years of working experience. Wonderful to have all of you here in this. We have 33. So the highest has gone up to 33 years now. That's wonderful. So thank you very much for typing in your responses. Let me quickly share my screen and let me share with you what do we have lined up for you in our short interactive session today. Let me know as soon as you see my screen. All right. Now, very quickly, irrespective of the fact that you are not closely associated or working in the HR domain, I really want you to quickly type in a quick thought. What do you think what HR is, based on your overall experience and understanding? The task is that either you can choose a single word to explain what do you mean or what do you understand by this term human resource, or you can write a single sentence to share your experiences and observation. Please quickly type in your responses. What do you think what human resource is? And I would want you to rely more on your individual personal experiences. Just type in your responses quickly. What do you think what human resource is for you, or what is your understanding when you look at human resource? What Mr. Mohammed is saying, that onboarding, inboarding, and offboarding. Oh, that is interesting. Thank you very much for sharing your response. And then bringing your perspective here. I'll still wait for some other responses. I think we have, okay, I think the responses have speed it up a little bit. Give me some time to read that. It should not be referred as a resource, but a source to business. Yes, that's a wonderful, perception. Thank you very much, Mr. Ashohan. And then what Maria is saying, the most crucial department in any company, because it manages the most important company resources, and that is the people. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective and your experience here. What Michaela is saying, taking care of people. Shirley is saying managing people in the organization. Disha is saying team who owns the employee life cycle and have governance to align with employee plus business goals. Yes, thank you very much for sharing. Ankita is saying maintaining business partnership, relationship with employees. Wonderful to have these different perspective, and I'm very happy that people have been quite proactive. I'm so sorry I would not be able to read all the responses, but I'm very happy that people have opened up and started sharing their perspective. Now, the reason why is we are trying to give you a little gist of how we make sure that all our live and interactive sessions are equally engaging and collaborated, because we want all of you to learn from each other as well. So GSDC certification, not only in terms of CHRP in particular that we are discussing today, but in terms of all professional certification that we have, especially during these live sessions, we make sure that we are not only covering the course curriculum, but we are also making it an engaging experience for all the participants. Now, let me proceed further. While I appreciate the fact that people are still typing in, one of the very interesting facts, probably you might have heard or read about it, is from, according to the recent survey by Forbes, 73% of HR professionals admitted that they do not have the tools and resources they need to do their job well. Now, this is not what I am saying, all right? This is what Forbes is saying. They have done a research. Now, when they say they don't have tools and resources, they do not mean to say that they do not have tools and resources at all, but there is a possibility, there is a scope wherein they can have more effective resources. Some of the reasons can be the organizational limitation. So quickly type in your responses if you 100% agree to what Forbes is saying on the screen. And I'm okay even if you type no in your chat response. I'll wait for a couple of responses. Ankita is agreeing, yes. Disha is also agreeing. While I understand that most of you would agree or probably may not agree, but that's still okay, because this is just a study which was done on some resources, and this is the outcome. The idea here is that this is where this certification program comes handing. Not only our program, but in terms of there are many programs which is in a way helping and building human resources to become more capable of actually doing their job effectively well. Now, since we have not more than 20 participants today, I'm going to do something very interesting for you, just to give you a little feel of our engaging session. Like I said, creating and collaborated learning experiences. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you in a breakout room for a quick discussion. All right. And I want you to actually have a quick discussion, maximum to 4 to 5 minutes, and just have a quick discussion to identify what do you think the kind of tool or resources that we are referring in terms of missing from HR resource or HR point of view. What do you think? What are those resources that you would like to highlight here or share with us if the organization gives to you, or if you get access to those tools and resources, you can definitely do magically well in your HR domain or in your HR portfolio. All right. So I'm going to put you in a quick breakout room discussion, and randomly you will be placed in a breakout room. I think we've got about 2 participants, so I'm going to keep 3 rooms open now. All right. And please, So we have about six participants going in each group or the breakout room. Remember, this is going to be a short discussion wherein randomly you will be interacting with some random participant in your room from different background and expertise. And it's okay even if you agree 100% or disagree, but try to consolidate a crux from the discussion. All right. The question is for those participants who have just joined in, that in next 4 to 5 minutes, you need to discuss what are the possible tools or resources that you can or you should get from your organization, or you can acquire from external sources or agencies that can actually help you to perform your job well. Make sure that these resources are practical and realistically feasible in present working scenario. So breakout rooms are open now. Please join your breakout room. I would also be joining you just in case if you require any assistance in your breakout room. The breakout rooms are open now. Please join your breakout room quickly and have a quick discussion with your room mates. And let's get back and let's see how we can take it forward. I'll stay back for a little while. All right, the breakout rooms are closed now. Participants should take about 50 seconds from now to join the main room. Some of the participants have already started joining back. Welcome once again. We will take about 30 more seconds for other participants to join from the other groups. All right now, so almost everybody is getting back except room number 3. We'll take about 20 more seconds for the breakout rooms to completely get closed, and we'll wait for them to join us so that we can take our discussion forward. In about less than 10 seconds from now, everybody should be back in the room, and we will take our discussion forward. All right, everybody is back now. Welcome once again. Thank you very much. While I had the opportunity to hop into each room and hear to the wonderful interactive discussion that you had, I'm sure you have some wonderful insight that you would want to share with the group. So very quickly, in no specific order, I would like to invite the participants from room number 1. And for that, I will read out few random names. All right. And anybody from that group or from that room can unmute himself and herself and share with us the overall discussion and the conclusion from your group. So in room number 1, we have Abdurrahim, Disha, Shirley. If any one of you or from your group can please unmute yourself and share with us the overall insight and crux of your group discussion.
Thank you, Deepak. Hello, everyone. So for our group, we had, everyone agreeing to the need of having tools to do our jobs better. And the tool recommendations that came pretty much from everyone, I'm just consolidating. The first thing was the HR information system.
Okay.
Secondly, performance management system. Thirdly, a learning management system. And fourth, something to tie them together, as an employee master or a leave management.
Okay.
Some of these systems to be able to do HR analytics.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else from your group would like to add on anything before I request the other group to share the insight with us? Well, thank you very much. I think these are some of the important requirements that you have shared with us. All right. Now let's move on to room number 2, which is where we have Krati, and we have and please pardon me if I'm not able to get your name pronounced correctly at first instance. Then we have Maria, we have Mohammed, and we have Teddy. Any one of you can please unmute yourself and just share with us the overall gist of your discussion in the room.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mohammed.
Hi. Oh, okay.
Excuse me, Michaela. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
In our group, we spoke about data analytics in HR and importance of people analytics in HR and a system that join these two aspects into each other. And the other subject that we think about is the importance of relationship between older staff with Z generation in HR department, and the other one was the importance of improving human resources in their abilities and behaviors in KSAB model that improving human in K stands for knowledge and S stands for skill. In these two parts is very easier than the abilities and behavior. Thank you.
Very nice. And Michaela, just in case if you would like to speak and add on anything here. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed.
So back to the model that Mohammed spoke about. So we also discussed how it's important for HR to make sure that there are proper processes, policies, and procedures in place, because you can't really determine someone's attitude or their behavior, but with these guidelines and these procedures and policies in place, it kind of guides with how they behave.
Absolutely. I think this is these are wonderful points, and thank you very much for being able to discuss in your group openly and also bring it to the group information as well. Now, let me quickly move on to the last room that we had. This is where Ashok, Asohan, Sanadar, if all of you can hear me and if you would like to share any insight from your group discussion, please unmute yourself and talk. All right, I think let's take this forward now. Let me quickly start sharing my screen once again, and let's understand why we were discussing this. Because when we are doing the certified human resource professional program, and as an HR resource, most of the things that you will be doing possibly would be technology driven, for which your organization required to make a decision. How do you want to adapt to it? And which technology you want to adapt will be based on you if you are at a senior position in your organization. And that is why it is very important you should know what are some of the best global practices that you have. The biggest problem why most of the HR people struggle within the limitation of an organization, and this is based on observation and experience, and probably you may or may not agree with what I'm saying, but the fact here is that because they have been working within an organization and they do not have the opportunity to explore what others are doing directly with the help of some or the other intervention or engagement, that is the time and that is the situation wherein they are not able to innovate and find out something innovative and creative for them as a solution. So the idea here of actually designing and doing this certified human resource professional program is, number one, to create an opportunity for all of you to know what are some of the best upgraded and latest best global practices that you should learn. That is number one. Number two, you probably may not be able to use all of them within your present organization, but it doesn't mean that as a growing professional, you will not be able to switch over to a different organization and implement it there. Because sooner or later, the technology and the advancement across the industry is pushing everybody to actually think of new solutions, use new tools and resources effectively as well. So when we talk about our certified human resource professional program, It takes a practical view that integrates both the concepts and technical aspect to create and implement some of the best global HR tool, resources, and practice. The good news is most of the things that you were referring as a requirement that probably you think you should have, you should learn that, or probably your organization should adapt, we are definitely going to cover all of them. All right. And more so, the other important point that we really want to achieve here is to create a community here of like-minded resources, predominantly human resources, so that people can also learn from some of the best practices, like from each other. Like I already mentioned in the beginning, I requested all of you to share your number of experiences. And irrespective of the fact, you work for a different organization, but the fact is, whatever number of experiences that you have in terms of working, definitely there must have been a lot of learning. And in case if you share here within the group in a collaborative learning atmosphere, it actually multiplies manyfold. And this is what we do, especially in our engaging session. Some of the other USP that this CHRP program will have is, number one, as my colleague Rugo also shared with you in the beginning, that it is associated with GSDC, which is Global Skill Development Council. And this is internationally recognized certification, which is verifiable for the lifetime validity. I know there are, and I would not like to call out their names. We do not want to demean our competitor for that matter. But what is happening exactly is that most of these certification, not specific to HR, but other certification as well, they are only for 1 year. All right. And then they would charge you certain amount of money for renewal of that. Some of the organizations have already started offering lifetime validity, but definitely GSDC comes with an advantage. All our certification comes with lifetime validity. So which is an added advantage. The course curriculum that we have, whatever we design, we consolidate and we curate our course curriculum and content with the help of thought leaders, deans, professors, academics, and affiliates from prestigious universities like Harvard, Yale, and so on. And then also you also get to access lifelong GSDC e-learning session from the industry expert time and again. So we invite industry experts and we invite for those webinars and seminar to participate proactively and learn best from the experts. My colleague Rugo already shared with you that we already have certified plus 1 lakh GSDC professionals in different categories altogether. So you will definitely be a part of our growing community, which is very much required in this professional scenario. And the certification that you get from GSDC is recognized in 90 plus countries. So which is also an added advantage just in case if you move or relocate yourself from a different organization to a different place altogether. The roadmap is quite simple that we have designed for this entire certification program. These are the highlight of some of the topics that we are going to broadly cover in 5 different heads. So the number one is strategic business management. And I'm very happy when I ask you in the beginning, and I think some of the participants did talk about HR association and alignment with business and operations. And I remember somebody mentioning that, it is important for the HR resources to become the contributor in terms of revenue and business generation as well. And that is why modern HRs are also called HRBPs, which is business partner, because they are indirectly or directly associated with the organization business and growth. So definitely the first thing first, we are going to talk about strategic business management as an HR resource. We're also going to talk about different organizational structure and what kind of tools and method you should be thinking before choosing any resource or any tool. You cannot randomly choose and pick anything, as per your convenient. You need to look at the organization structure and accordingly match. And then we have talent planning and acquisition for all those who are responsible for the end-to-end HR. Somebody mentioned employee life cycle management. So definitely talent planning and acquisition is a very initial and an important significant factor of employee life cycle. And every organization is equally concerned when it comes to talent planning and acquisition. So we're going to talk on that. Then learning and development specifically, and organizational development. We will talk about total rewards. Somebody mentioned performance management system. This is what we meant. We'll also talk about legal issues, employee labor relationships, and we will talk about technical support and system. Group number 1 spoke about the technical support and assistance, which include HRIS, then LMS as well, and then the other tools that can be useful. So we are going to introduce you to some of the most popular and prominent tools as well. The good news is that it is not going to be theoretical only. It is going to be highly practical. We are also going to engage with you a lot of case studies which are relevant to industry. And we would encourage you to also share some of the best practices from your organization and from your industry altogether. Now, further to the HR the certification program that we have is, you will have access of live virtual interactive session like these. And what we have kept a schedule is, we already have lined up. The first pilot batch is going to go live on 3rd of March. And the timing that we have kept is similar to this. It is going to be Friday 2-hour session, and it will be like this only. This is just an introductory welcome session that we have in terms of webinar to give you an orientation. But those specific sessions are going to be highly engaging and quite structured. You will also have access of 16 hours of e-learning course curriculum in addition to what you learn from your virtual live interactive session. You will also have 17 hours of industry expert talks, wherein we would invite speakers and guests over a different period of time, and we will organize their expert talks time and again, so that you can also learn from the best from the industry. And then there will be, before you prepare for your certification exam, there will be mock test to give you confidence and motivation to run through the final assessment. You are also required to submit a capstone project. The capstone project will essentially be predominantly about either a synopsis of your key learning from the entire course curriculum, number 1. Number 2, this could be your implementation in terms of whatever you have learned during the program, or that you have successfully implemented. Or this can also be what do you want to implement in near future once you become a certified human resource professional from GSDC. Or you can also refer to anything that you have already implemented with within your organization, implementing some of the course curriculum element or tools and resources that we have spoken about. So the choice is quite independent. What do you want to submit as a capstone project? So for example, you can look at your talent planning and acquisition strategies, and you can absolutely maintain confidentiality and use anonymous references if you want to, or if you do not want to disclose some confidential information about your project. Then the exams are pretty simple. You will have multiple choice question, 40 question, and the maximum mark that you need to score is slightly above 50%, gradually 60%, we can say that, to clear the certification examination. The good news is, just in case, if you are not able to clear in your first attempt, the second attempt you can do without any additional cost. But our experience says all those participants who have thoroughly participating and attending the live interactive session and engaging proactively, most of these participants clear with. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending to this session today. I personally would like to wish all of you best of luck, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you.